Hello guys, it's Sapphire Yagami. Once Upon a Time, Season 3, Episode 20, titled Kansas. So in the opening sequence, we see Emerald City of Oz. Speaking of Oz, we go to Oz. In the Emerald City of Oz, Zelena watches Rumpelstiltskin train Regina through the portal as she plots her schemes to destroy her half-sister. Glinda then arrives to tell Zelena about her true destiny and wants her to meet her real sisters, who then offer her a chance to become the Witch of the West, not Wicked, just the Witch of the West, after she is introduced. Glinda tells them that Zelena doesn't have to be wicked, but believes that she can be good if she can put aside her vengeance against Regina. Now, doesn't this sound familiar? Put aside your vengeance and live a happy ending. Doesn't that sound a little bit much like Regina? Obviously, those two sisters have that much in common. They can't get rid of their vengeance. However, the sisters tell Zelena of a book that Glinda keeps that foretells the arrival of a person in Oz in a cyclone, and Zelena is led believing that she was the one they're looking for. Glinda, on behalf of her sisters, then gives Zelena the light pendant that will harness and protect her as it grows her powers. But she tells her that once it is removed, she will be powerless. After she takes the pendant, her green skin disappears. Moments later, after Glinda shows her the land she is given to Zelena, both Glinda and Zelena witness a green cyclone arriving, and it reveals debris being left behind, and along with it, a young girl from the outside world, who Zelena finds among the rubble. She tells them that her name is Dorothy Gale, and when they ask her where she is from, Dorothy tells them that she is from Kansas, but wants to know where she is and their names. When Glinda suggests that they take Dorothy to meet the sisters, Zelena's jealousy starts to reemerge. So obviously, apparently is very prone to get jealous very easily. Obviously, jealousy is a sin that she cannot get rid of. It appears that Dorothy has won over the other witches except for Zelena, who has now become more envious of this latest visitor to this world, as evidenced by her green skin returning. And as she watches from the well, Glinda comes over to talk to her. However, Zelena, having read the Book of Prophecies, believes that Dorothy will replace her, saying that she is the greatest evil and a threat to Oz. Later on, Zelena surprises Dorothy at the well, where Zelena green skin returns, making her evil as ever, and vows to threaten Dorothy by creating a fireball that she will aim at her. This prompts a confused Dorothy to take a bucket of water from the well and throw it at her, causing Zelena to melt. Dorothy then runs and tells Glinda what happened, but Glinda tells her that what she did to Zelena was the right thing to do. It turns out that Zelena was the evil threat all along, and Glinda then offers Dorothy a chance to join the Council of Witches. But Dorothy turns her down and says she's sorry and wants to go home. Glinda tells her that the wizard, who she believes has returned to his normal form, will return her to Kansas. When they arrive to the wizard's palace, Glinda and Dorothy arrive to see the unseen wizard, who then grants Dorothy her wish by giving her a pair of silver slippers and disappears back to her world. However, after Dorothy disappears, Glinda discovers that the person that was behind the curtain was none other than Zelena, who was pretending to be the wizard and survived the melting by reappearing after that incident. Now that she knows about her being the true threat and revealing her as the greatest evil, Zelena banishes Glinda to a pocket dimension within the northern region of the Enchanted Forest, where she can never tell the others. After she disappears, Zelena pendant turns green, indicating Zelena's new power. So instead of letting go of her vengeance, she decides to keep it along that with her envy. So of course she's going to become the greatest evil because you led yourself down that path. You didn't have to be the greatest evil of Oz. You didn't have to be the wicked witch of the West. But your vengeance and your jealousy led you down that path. In Storybrooke, as David, Mary Margaret, Emma, and Henry arrive at the hospital for the delivery of the baby, Dr. Well is there and ready to prep. Emma and Regina then put a protection spell around the hospital to keep Zelena away. Hook arrives to explain to Emma about why Zelena cursed him, but when David interrupts the two by suggesting that Hook and Emma should go together to defeat Zelena, Emma is reluctant to have Hook tag along. At the same time, Gold, who is being watched by Zelena, is using his spinning wheel in his cage to create a pile of gold strands. Zelena then uses the strands to transform it into a golden brain that she will use in her plans to create her time-traveling spell. They then put the items, Regina's heart, David's broken sword for courage, and the brain, in a circle. As Emma and Hook arrive to the farm to stop Zelina, she tells them that once this is over, she and Henry are leaving Storybrooke, but Hook thinks she is making a mistake, saying she is afraid. As I explained in my other video, she is afraid. She's afraid of the happiness that she could possibly have. As Zelina and Gold approach the intruders, Zelina makes Emma choose between Hook and her magic and uses her power to send Hook towards a well to make him drown. Emma then rescues Hook from the water and revives him with mouth to mouth when a sudden wave of magic is released from Emma, and with it Hook's curse. Hook is stunned that Emma will make a sacrifice of giving up her magic to save him, asking her, "What did you do?" At the hospital, Mary Margaret finally gives birth to a baby boy, which comes just in time for Zelina and Gold to arrive and take the baby, and wastes no time at all to take out anyone that stands in her way, including knocking Regina out after she tells Henry and Archie to hide. Zelina then freezes Mary Margaret and David and disappears with the newborn. Emma and Hook then arrive back to the hospital to explain what happened to David. Emma soon discovers that Regina has the power of light magic to defeat her half-sister, and even Henry now believes that Regina can save the baby, since her kiss helped to break the curse, and because she still has some good in her. Back at the farm, Zelina places the baby at the edge of the circle and starts the spell, only to be interrupted by Emma, David, Hook, Robin Hood, and Regina, Regina resulting in a battle. Zelina, believing that she has an advantage, tells Regina that only light magic can defeat her, but Regina's magic is as dark as they come. Regina, however, tells Zelina that she is wrong. Out of nowhere, Regina conjures up a source of light magic that knocks Zelina away from the dagger, allowing Regina to take Zelina's pendant, rendering Zelina powerless. The loss of Zelina's power results in her flying monkeys returning to human form, including Little John. Gold then tries to take Zelina with him because of everything she did to him, but Regina takes his dagger and prevents him from enacting revenge. You gotta love it. When everybody else decides not to take revenge, Rumpelstiltskin's like, she killed Bae, she treated me like a dog, I'm about to kill her. You gotta love Rumpelstiltskin, like, screw y'all, I'm about to kill her, screw y'all, I am going to kill her, I'm getting my revenge, I am the dark one for a reason, excuse me, hello. I was like, you gotta love Rumpelstiltskin. I'm sorry. He was like, you gotta love Rumpelstiltskin. If you want to make sure that anybody who's not gonna give revenge, it's gonna be Rumpelstiltskin. You gotta love it. Later on at the jail, Regina tries to reason with Zelina in an effort to redeem herself by saying that evil isn't born, it's made, and so it's being good, and leaves her with an offer to change her ways. Regina then takes the green pendant and places it in her vault. Over at the hospital, David returns the baby back to Mary Margaret's arms, but Emma tells Hook after he thanked her that her power did not return after Zelina's powers were removed, saying that she was glad they were removed so she could return to New York with Henry. Emma then brought Henry over to watch David and Mary Margaret embrace the new baby with Hook watching on, disappointed over Emma's choice to leave Storybrooke. Around the same time, Gold returns to the pawn shop and is embraced by Belle, who knew that he would return to her because of faith. Belle then gives Gold back his dagger because she believes in him, but on the condition that he promises not to use it to kill Zelina. As Gold takes the dagger, he gives it back to her because he loves her too much to make a risk. Gold then asks Belle to marry him. I was like, what? And she says, yes. Unfortunately, it's later revealed that Gold still has not gotten over his vengeance against Zelina, because it turns out the dagger that he gave Belle was a fake. Don't you love Mr. Gold? Mr. Gold heads to Zelina's jail cell and tells her of his intent to kill her. Despite her protest that she is now powerless, Gold then takes the dagger and kills her, which Zelina turns into a clay statue of herself that suddenly shatters into pieces. However, her clay fragments vaporize into a green cloud and vanish, and the amulet in the vault turns into a green cloud of smoke that escapes back to the barn, where it is used as the final ingredient to create the time portal. So apparently, there's a part in the time portal recipe that nobody failed to read. I'm guessing that's supposed to be small print. Apparently, you gotta die in order for the curse to reenact. Or give up the thing you love most. I guess that will kind of sort of be yourself, I guess. Because she had heart, brain, and courage. She had innocence, which would be the baby. So I'm guessing you also have to kill yourself in order for the work. Because apparently that's what enacted this curse to work. This time travel portal to work. Is she died. So I'm like, well, okay. So this Sunday is the season finale of Once Upon a Time, which will be episode 21 and episode 22, Snow Drifts, and I forgot the name of the 22nd episode. But yeah, this is all for Kansas, their 20th episode of the third season of Once Upon a Time. Season 4 will return in the fall. So comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.